Solid orange ones. And then the ones that I showed you over here, they kind of have the orange center with the yellow. So there's sort of two subspecies. One's maritime and one's the one that we call the real California poppy. But we have both of them here in the park. And there's lumpers and splitters, and I'm not sure if poppy would just be good enough. And right now they're doing oyster catcher nesting surveys. And what they do is the docents and volunteers walk the bluff trails where they might nest. And they're counting nest sites and hopefully fledglings, and just to kind of see how the bird is doing, because there's very little environmental knowledge about it right now. So we're trying to see if it's a species that we need to be interested in preserving a little bit more, or if it's being okay as far as being able to keep a stable population or not.
It's just some quick interpretive messages. Watch out for rattlesnakes, watch out for ticks. Please don't collect in the tide pools, things like that, and then to give information to people and answer their questions as well. So,
and the dunes were basically an area where you could take your rails or your dune buggies or whatever, and it was an off-road vehicle area, basically like Pismo is now. And there was trails and roads all through it. And I think it was when the park first acquired this, they allowed it to continue for a little while, and then they did a survey, and I think it was by the 1970s when they transferred over from Morro Bay to Sandspit that they stopped allowing off-road vehicle access here and made it a natural area.
Yeah, there's that group of folks, the Dunites or something like that. No,
that was down at Pismo.
That was farther down the coast. Okay.
Yeah, and those were kind of that was a bohemian community, artists and people that really didn't want to live in the mainstream culture.
Yeah. Kind
of lived out in the dunes. Today we'd call them hippies. In the 80s we would call
hippies
them
or homeless, one or the other.
Something like that. But it's interesting that Shonda mentioned that changes in the 70s, because I sort of keep coming back to 1970, which was Earth Day, and a lot of things started to change culturally in terms of state parks and environmental awareness. For instance, in the museum trade, I worked primarily at the Museum of Natural History. 1970 is really the time when we stopped sending hunters out to get specimens and just work with stuff that was dead on the beach or hit windows or hit by a car. It used to be that museums would, if you wanted a specimen, you go shoot it. We haven't done that since the 1970s.